Hey, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. How you guys doing today on this beautiful day? Hey, Drill, Heathen, Garden, and Johnny, how you doing? Good to see you. What's going on? Hope everyone is well. Yes. I'm doing pretty well, and I'm glad you are. Hey, Buji Pepper, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. You guys know what's going on now, man. This is the time. The time is drawing nearer and nearer for that Plant a Home Garden Challenge. Oh, no, Jill, I didn't check it. I didn't check it. As soon as I come off this live, I'm definitely going to check it. All right. But yes, guys, thank you all again for another beautiful year, another beautiful Plant a Home Garden Challenge. Thank you all. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all. Thanks all the people who promote this Plant a Herb Garden Challenge. Thank all the people who support each other, which was that was one of the greatest part of the challenge, where we support each other and encourage them. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, but I all, and I truly appreciate you all for another beautiful Plant a Herb Garden Challenge. Without you guys, it wouldn't be possible at all. So, yes, as we know, this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is June the 30th, this is when we're going to be giving away, calling out the winners for the Plant a Herb Garden Challenge. You know, we're judging from many aspects, many ways, because we had some rules in place, and once you follow the rules, you stand a chance of winning. We also want to thanks to all the people who promote this challenge. Sunday 8, yes, Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Buji Pepper. Appreciate that. Let me put that on the screen. Yes, we want to have a beautiful time. And don't forget, guys, we're gonna we're gonna be up for a while, because someone gonna be have their whole channel, their whole journey will be displayed on that night. So we're gonna be doing all that before we call out the winners and who win the prizes. We're gonna do all that. We're gonna run the whole journey of one person. I don't know who the person is yet. I might have to shake a bag and pull out the name, and whoever name comes up, because everybody did well. I also want to say, Buju Pepper, you here? I want to say shout out to you, because no joke about it, you was doing great. You promote way before the challenge. You and Nikki, way before the challenge begin. You guys was promoting this thing real hard, and you all never stop. You never stop. You all and thanks. I love that thumbnail as well too. I love that thumbnail. That thumbnail, you always push out your thumbnail, let people know when to upload. Even though you didn't have to do that because the rules was very clear, but you did it. Fifi Johnny as well, promote, she share, and this is what's important, guys. This is what it's about. Sharing, promoting, mention. You're welcome, and you're welcome, Buji. And if you go back to the rules, that's where the rules say, and you guys was just doing that. We are all also Urban Garden Chronicles, also. I don't even like to start to call name because I just forget some of the names, and I don't want nobody to feel bad. But you have Urban Garden Chronicles, you also have Black Guns and Garden, you have Mike, you have G Mama Grows, you have I mean, a lot of people. You see, that's why I don't like to begin calling name because it does get, I just forget some of the name and I don't want that. But I want to say, I want to say thank you all for the promotion. Without the promotion, many people would have never know about it. So the promotion helps the channel. Yes, we know a lot of people start, but they drop out along the way. I understand that it's happened. So, but the people who continue, thank you, Joel Healing, as well, for all what you guys have done, man. You guys did great. And when I'm looking at the hubs, them, my goodness, you guys did great. You guys did great. It started to become, let me see, I have one more to live Sunday. Okay, all right. I have one more to promote the live. Okay, all right. And like Buju Pepper is saying there, she have one more to promote the live Sunday. Sunday is a live. If you could mention the live, you could promote the live because this is gonna be a live where we all coming together and where the people, please support the people. Even though if you was not part of the challenge, at least come to and support the people who take part because their journey wasn't an easy journey, believe it or not. And if you watch their videos, you're gonna see the struggle they went through. Some people had also continue set seed, keep resetting seeds. That's a challenge. So just to support them and get to know them a little more, come out and support them Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to Jim Mama as well. I don't like to start calling him because I does forgot some and I don't want to do that. But this Sunday I'm gonna be calling. I'm gonna get my paper with the names and I'm gonna call out the names because I just wanna let you guys know how much I appreciate and this challenge. I allow this challenge to roll in a certain way that you guys just doing your thing. The good thing about it is I already put up the rules, so the rules was there very clear. So I didn't have to come back every time and do it. But there's people who was mentioning it in their challenge, in their life. There's people who was mentioning it and from time to time. So there's people who post it on their community page. There's people who also share and support others on their community page, which that was the main goal of supporting each other, encourage each other. And now we here where all the videos are up and running and it's time for us to give that judging and let everybody get their price and then everybody feel free. Then you could start harvesting your herbs them like crazy. It's your hopes. All right. And at the same time, from March, April, May, June, 4 months. Yeah, 4 months. Within that 4 months, you have 8 video you create. You benefit in many ways. In many ways, you benefit. And at the end of the day, you still stand a chance of walking away with a prize. All right, so let me shout out everyone who also donate to the challenge, variety of aspect. Shout out to variety of aspect for donating to the challenge that we could have cash to give away to someone. We also want to say shout out to Fifi Urban Homestead for donating 2 gift cards. Yes, 2 gift cards. One is $100 and one is for $75. I think one is for Baker's Creek and another two places, two garden places. So you have 2 gift cards going out for 2 garden places that sell garden product. We also want to say shout out to G Mama as well for donating some garden tools. We also want to say thank you for that, G Mama. We also want to say thank you to Brampton because Brampton supposed to donate a mug, I think. Yes, a mug. So yes, and shout out to everyone, man, who decide to donate to this challenge. We appreciate everyone. I just want it for everyone able to win something. If everyone could have win a prize, I would have loved that. But everyone cannot win a prize. So we only have a certain price, a certain amount of prizes for people, which is gonna be 1, 2, 3. I like that, and this is what I'm saying. Shout out to the people who donate because they help make this possible. Last year we had someone, Miss Queen, they donate $100. So last year we had 3 winners last year, which is Gardening with Bonnie. We also had Black Guns, Garden, and we also had Duval. So 3 people win last year, but the 3 people actually win cash. I donate $200, and then Miss Queen donate one. So that was cash. But this year, only the who come first, will be winning cash. And shout out to TIGY as well for donating as well. That adds up to the cash. So the cash goes up to $225. Hey guys, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes, so 225 for the first winner. The second prize goes to the $100 gift card. Third prize goes to the $75 gift. I think it's $75. Yes. The fourth prize goes to the garden tools, and then the fifth prize goes to a mug. Yes. God desire for me. Good to have you here. Thank you for coming too. We appreciate you here. Thank you so much. Yes. And then you know what? I still got to measure on my gift to see whether it go to fourth. I still got to measure it out. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna get it together. But it's 6 prizes given away on that day. Six person gonna win something on that day. Ain't that a beauty? So shout out to all the people who donate to this challenge, that we could actually have people getting rewarded for their hard work. And you know what? I want to say to you guys too, the your the courage you all had was very motivating, because when people watch the videos, Even though they see you all was struggling, you all didn't give up. You all still continue setting more seed. And that's a blessing right there. Because this is what it's about. It's not about when we go through the hard time, we just give up. It's about pushing as hard as we can till we reach the end. That other people can see. It's not about giving up. But some people have us to give up. I mean, life goes on beyond YouTube, so I understand. Some people had us to give up. But for the people who did not give up, regardless to what, I appreciate you all because you all show some real courage to others so other people could say, okay, well, this person was struggling, but they did not give up. They show us, I'm going to continue. That's important. That's an important part of this challenge. So don't forget, on Sunday, June the 30th, this is when we're going to have the Plant a Herb Garden Challenge finale. This is when we're going to know who come in first, who come in second, who come in third, who come in fourth, who come in fifth, who come in sixth. But at the end of the day, everybody is a winner. Doesn't matter if you don't walk away with the prize, everybody is a winner. All right? So how you guys doing, man? How them plants doing? How your garden season going? Over this side, man, I ain't seen no rain for 3 weeks. I ain't seen no rain for 3 weeks, and the place was overshadowed today. The cloud was kind of heavy, but it only rained in a certain area, and I still ain't get no rain, but the cloud's still heavy, so I'm hoping that I'm gonna get some rain tonight because it's well needed. Yes, just about everyone were having challenge with germination, DNA. Yes, exactly. Yes, but at least everyone was struggling with the germination process. But get what? The courage and the motivation you all show is priceless. It is priceless. It is priceless. I appreciate that. Let me see. Just finished water in the garden and everything doing great. Okay, wonderful. Good to hear that. Good to hear that. With good to hear that. Everything doing wonderful. That's great news. That's great news. We are still in a heat wave, but we got a little break today. We'll fully get we will get some rain this weekend. Listen to me, I will be grateful. I'm telling you, I will be grateful because it, for the past 2 3 weeks it's like it's 90 degrees what's clocking in 90, 91, 100 degrees, 101 degrees, 91 degrees, no rain. And as a guy don't really wet my plants. Hey, the everyday life of an OC district, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes. So it was heat wave ongoing and the soil is getting so hard and dry. You see what I'm saying? I'm so I'm looking at the cloud right now and it's looking heavy. Yeah, super hot and dry. Oh wait, so wait, hold on. It ain't me alone feeling that then. I thought was it ain't me alone feeling that heat. I dealing with this heat for a while now, and you all know. I don't wet plants like that. Oh wow, Nikki said finally get some last night. Oh wow. Hmm. Wow. I'm hoping. Where I'm at, there's a few miles over. The rain come for a portion of time today. Earlier on today. The rain come for a portion of time, then it come a different area. But by me, nothing. Place is still dry, but the cloud is still heavy. So I'm hoping that tonight a nice shower will come down. And then if we able to get some for the weekend again, which I think they say we supposed to get some rain for the weekend. If that is possible, that will be wonderful. That will be wonderful. We were supposed to get rain today, but nothing. Hopefully it will rain tomorrow. Okay. Same here. Same here. I'm really hoping for that rain because listen me. When you go out in the middle of the day, in the night is okay. In the morning is okay. But when the midday heat is, listen me, it's like the midday heat is so heated. If you see the looks of the plants, but then in the night they come back looking like nothing. So I'm just my plants them that I have in ground, I did not wet, they didn't get water for 3 weeks now. The one them that I plant in the ground, 3 weeks, no water. I mean I don't wet them, but the way the sun is, I was thinking about if 4 weeks no rain, I might gotta start wetting some, especially the small one them. Not the big one, the small one. This is why I recommend planting deep. This is the reason why. Because when you plant deep, your plants stand a chance of dealing with drought. So if you're going through a dry season, your plants still could survive. Yes, in the middle of the day, the leaf them gonna look like but in the morning and in the night they revive because their root is well protected under the soil. So this is why I always talk about planting deep. This is why I always talk about big container. Yeah. Same here, Buji, about 2 weeks of heat. Wow. We were in heat for 2 weeks now. Yes, I don't know what's going on, man. It seems like it's everywhere. I thought it was me. I thought I'm the one who was dealing with that type of heat. I know you guys was facing the heat as well. Damn, this heat ain't no joke, boy. My cucumber plant was looking real bad. It couldn't get a break of recover. Today the leaf finally come. I could imagine how you feel. I could imagine how you feel. I could imagine how you feel. Ah, damn, man. I the truth is I thought it was me alone facing it. I didn't know. I really didn't know is everybody dealing with this type of heat. No, 90 today. Well, I've been dealing with 90 for the past 2, 3 weeks. Today it was 89. And then a couple days ago, 2 straight days, it was 90 degrees. Hey, Audrey, living life, how are you? Thank you for being here. Yeah, 2 straight days, it was 90 degrees. And oh, 93 tomorrow. Wow. Hey Mike, how you doing, man? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you guys for all the support, man. You all need to tap yourself on your shoulder for this type of challenge. We had 90. Let me see. We had 90 or more every day for 2 weeks. Same type of weather I was dealing with, Buji Pepper. Same type of weather. Same weather. It was, listen me, it was, and it was so hot, man. So, like the other day, man, I was in the garden in the burning heat, eh? I was in the garden. I had also run out the garden. It was too hot. I had was to leave the garden. It was too hot because the heat was naturally scorching your skin. We have 90 C in a lot of. What's going on, man? Something is going on. This type of weather. I mean, I'm used to the dry weather, but the 90 degrees for 2 weeks straight, 3 weeks, that could destroy. I mean, that could destroy any crop. Yes, that could destroy any crop. That type of heat, yeah. Even the weeds them that grows up in your garden they wasn't even growing. They was just like they just remain there. It's like then and I'm these weeds just shoot up really fast and it's like they was just there staggering. I say, wow. If the weeds them is struggling like this, you know. I'm trying this thing was I'm trying to put the let me see. Give me a minute, guys. I'm trying to put the link in the chat in case anyone wanna come up. But God, okay, all right. Let me see. Peace. All right, yeah. Okay. All right, guys. The link is in the chat. If anyone wanna come up, you could talk about your journey. You could talk about the weather what you're dealing with right now. You are welcome to come up. Anyone. The link is in the chat. But yes, I was in the garden a few days ago, and it was 101 degree. 101 degree it was, and the sun was just over the garden. The sun was just like it stand up over the garden, and then the heat was just penetrating the leaf them of the plant, and the sun was hitting my you naturally was feel the heat pushing through the one like this into your head, like in your skull. And I say, nah. I get up and I say, nah, let me get out this garden. People got to be careful of this type of weather too, because it's not just the plant it could affect. It could also affect us, especially when are drinking water. We got to drink water in weather like this. Could you imagine 101 degrees just hover over your head? Listen me. I just get up and I leave. I say, "Hey, no, I'm not gonna do this." It was too hot. It was definitely too hot. So you got to be mindful of that too. Even though you just out there like you going out in the heat, try to cover your head and keep some water, because This type of weather could dry you out, man. Be careful out there, guys. I'm grateful I got my shade caught up before the heat wave hit. All right, okay, okay. That's a good idea too. No, that especially when you're doing container garden, man. A shade cloth in this type of weather is good because at least it could help keep that heat away from the plants. So that's a good idea. God's desire for me. That's a good idea. Shade cloth. I will be working on putting up a shade tunnel. All right. You got to do what you got to do, man, because at the end of the day, you got to eat. You know what I'm saying? You ain't want to grow food and then you can harvest from them. So at the end of the day, you got to eat. So you got to protect your food however you can. You got to protect your food however you can. Like when I look at the my some of my the crazy thing about it is some of the squash they don't, they stand up in the heat. They don't even bend over. They just stand up in the heat like nothing. But some of them just drop everything. So now when I look at that now, I'm looking at that type of squash need to plant in shaded area because they cannot deal with the and they, this is a year. This is a year for you all to pay attention to see the type of plants that do well in the hot sun and the type of plant who cannot deal with the hot sun. This is a good year to learn about that. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm learning myself. You see, I'm actually learning because I'm watching the plants them. Even though I'm not watering the plants, I'm watching the one that's surviving and the one that's striving in the type of heat. This is the time for you to learn from your garden season. This is what I tell people. I learn something every day. From my garden, I learn every day. Yes, it's true. Yes, this is the time for learn. This gonna make you see. Like say for instance, you have cucumber, like Buji was talking about. Buji have cucumber, and she say how the sun had their leaves so, so down. That tells you if you plant them in a little shaded area, they will do better. You see what I'm saying? Not that they cannot take the heat, but that ponging sun every day. So now you got to know how to plant your crop that you could able to eat from your crop. Because say for instance, you doing a year, say next year, or could be this year too. Say next year we dealing with 2 and 3 weeks of dry weather without what just heat. What if you got to deal with 5 weeks without heat? Then you're not gonna have no plan. So this is the year for you to figure out, okay, all right, this type of plant could deal with the weather. That kind of plant prefer the shaded area. Pay attention, guys, because to me it seems like we're gonna be dealing with a lot of weather like this in the future. So you got to figure out how to keep your plant alive, that your plant could able to provide for you. Because with this type of heat, it ain't no joke. And the next thing again, let me see. That's a good shot. Yes, yes, it is. That's how. This is how I educate myself in gardening. You know, I educate myself in gardening. How? By watching, paying attention. So by you paying attention to your plants, you learn. So you watching the plants them and you seeing where each plants what they prefer. You looking at you seeing each plant what they prefer. Some prefer hot sun, some don't like hot sun. Because at the end of the day, you want the best out of your plant and the most out of your plant. So you have to study them. This this is a year you're supposed to learn about which plant could deal with this type of weather. Yeah, this is the year for that. I mean, you never know. We deal with 3 weeks, but you never know what if you got to deal with 6 weeks. But next thing again for the people who do in container garden, I always mention invest in big containers. Invest in big container. Don't try to squeeze in these plants in little container because number one, they need room to grow, and also they need their root protected from the heat. So if you have enough soil inside of it, wrong that the root could just spread without hitting the container, that's good. That's wonderful. So these are things I pay attention to for these all these years. I've been doing gardening. I learn every day. I learn something new every day, and I pay attention to every plant I grow. Every plant, and I do grow a lot of plants, but I pay attention because I want to see what make this plant grow the way it's supposed to grow. Even in this weather, you're supposed to watch the plants. Even in this type of weather, you're supposed to watch the plants that loves water and the plants that could strive without water. When I say without water, meaning you ain't got to be wetting them every day. Because I have plants in container and I don't, even though I'm dealing with 90 degrees, I still don't wet them every day. You see what I'm saying? Because some plants only like their root to wet and then the water just drain off. They don't like their root to settle in water, too much water. These are things I've learned over the years. So this is the year for that. This is the year for that. I'm growing in only grow bag. Most all my grow bags are 10 gallon or bigger. Yes, 10 gallon or bigger is awesome. Them little container, it really don't make sense. I'm telling you. Yes, sometimes when you're growing like herbs, you have some herbs with very small roots. Very small roots. Yes, you could run the risk with that. But anyhow, you see a plant pushing roots and big roots, you got to give these plants room to grow. And if you decide to grow them in a container, it's wise enough to make sure the container is have enough room to for the root to dwell in, meaning enough room to spread and do whatever it like. But when you limit it, most of the time, what we do, we limit the plants them with small containers. We limit them from growing to their potential where they're supposed to grow because the container is actually too small. So When the root hit the container, it ain't going no more. All it's gonna catch itself going around in circle and tangling up. No, that's not what it wants. Then when it go around in circle and tangle up around the edge, when the sun come now, like the weather we're dealing with now, when the type of weather come and hit the outside, it damaging that root. You see what I'm saying? So I always stress these things. Bigger container is always the better idea. Yeah, that's what I'm paying attention to. That too, I didn't water mines every day, even though it was hot. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So right there, you learn that. Right there, you learn that not every plant need this pouring water every day. You see what I'm saying? Not every plant. There's plants that love water. There's plants that love their roots settling water, but it's not every plant like that. So this weather, yes, gonna teach you a lot. I'm telling you, this weather gonna teach you a lot. Hey Nas, bro, how you doing? Thank you for being here. That's good advice. Thank you. You welcome. You welcome. God desire for me. Yes, you welcome. Yes, these are valid information. Yes, because it doesn't matter where you're growing, whether you're growing in the north, whether you're growing in the south. There's plants that love water. Doesn't matter where. There's plants that do not like water. There's plants love their root to be settling water. There's plants only want the water to wet their root and run off. You see? So once you're able to recognize these things and apply them, you get way better production. You get way better production. And you know, what I want to say to a lot of people sometimes say, oh, you if you're growing in ground, you stand a better chance. Well, let me tell you something. Yes, in certain hey Pop Farm, how you doing? Thank you for that. All right. Yes. In some cases, in some cases, when you're doing in raised bed or in ground, it's kind of different. But if you hey LP, how you doing? Listening in the God. All right, good place to be listening. All right. Yes. If you growing in container and growing in ground, I'm telling you right now, if you know how to set up your container, you're gonna get the same production you get in ground. Listen to me. Right now, right? I'm growing bell pepper. And my bell pepper in the container already ready to harvest, but I'm leaving them for ripe. But they all ready to harvest when the others in the ground and in the raised bed have a small little one like this. And the one in the container, all of them set the same from the same seed. All of them set together. They all grow up. They all plant on the same day. But guess what? The one in the container is way ahead of the one them in the ground. No, if you have to these containers. No, let me explain this. Remember, when we planting in containers, something we got to understand. What we got to understand is plants never used to container. That's we taking them from out of the ground and put them in container. plant used to in the ground. That's where they grow. We take them out and now we planting them in container. No, if that's what you're doing, you got to try to create the same thing that goes on in the ground in the container for them. You see what I'm saying? You can't change that, because if you change that, you basically taking away the plant from what they know and how they used to grow. You have to try create that same type of energy in your container. You see, I have a container garden series going on right now. I have a few videos up. If you guys check, you're gonna see how I pack my containers. You see, you pack the containers, the way you bore the hole in the containers, the way you add the leaf and the pieces of fine pieces of wood to the bottom. Then you add some more soil. Then up to the top, you add more leaf. You see what I'm saying? More leaf to the top. Then you add more soil on top of that, and you allow that to break down. Now you have a system in the bottom, creating a system in the bottom, just like in the ground. Now, this system is what now gonna attract the worms, the earthworms, and the beneficial insect coming through. And you always bore a hole to the bottom of your container in the center, because if you notice, right, many times when you have a container and you move the container, what you see underneath? You see a bunch of worms underneath, right? You want them worms in your container, not underneath. You want them in, so you create that system underneath that gonna draw the worms them from under the ground up in your container and create that ecosystem. Start to, you see, create airflow in your soil and all this thing. Then you have more leaf and whatever grass clipping you're using to the top. Then you cover that and you allow that to break down till you're ready to plant. You see what I'm saying? So what you're doing, you setting up your container the same way, like how the ground set up, with all the leaf and everything that break down all your weed. And you just continue to do that every year. Every year you keep adding more leaf. In the fall, add a little soil and just leave it there till the spring. So when the spring ready, you're ready to plant on your soil. Okay, this worked perfect for me. It worked perfect for me. So what I'm saying is, the bell pepper I have in the container doing way past, have on pepper ready to harvest that you can cook, and the others have on some little ones. So you could get, don't limit yourself in container garden. Don't limit yourself. You could harvest in abundant in container garden. You just got to set it up right. All right. And then I know a lot of people go to the store and buy their stuff, but what I say to you is, if if you're doing that, try to add some native soil with that and mix it. Don't just plant in the I see some people, they went to the store and they buy bags upon bags of these compost and just throw it off and planting inside of that. No, you're supposed to mix that with your soil. You see, this is how you get in your production, guys. Your great production, you have to mix it with soil. Remember, your soil is what loaded with the nutrients. Your soil is loaded with the minerals. Your soil loaded with these things. What a compost supposed to do is add to that. So you're supposed to put a little compost or manure or whatever to add more nutrients to it, not to take over the soil. And this is where we make a lot of mistake. The soil is important. This is living soil that full with nutrients inside it and minerals. Living soil. So don't abandon the living soil for the dead one. You see what I'm saying? Don't abandon your living soil for the dead one. So I just want to say that to you guys, especially for the people, the new gardeners who trying to learn and trying to get somewhere. Prepare your container right. And if you prepare your container right, you could get the same production you getting in ground. Yes. And you'll be surprised. In some cases, you get better production in some cases. So don't limit yourself in container garden and believe that you can't get great harvest. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Hey guys, how you all doing? Thank you guys for coming out tonight. You know, tonight is the night where we actually celebrating. We're trying to encourage all the people who participate in the challenge. We try to show appreciation. We just want everybody to know how much we appreciate them for taking their time. We appreciate how you guys went through the challenge and the struggle and you didn't give up. You show that energy, that spirit of I'm not giving up. I'm gonna still push through. We appreciate that because this is what it's about. It's about motivating others. You see? So we just want to say thank you all for that, man. We appreciate that. Thanks to all the people who donate. Variety of aspect. Fifi Jordy, G Mama Grows, TIEGY. Yes, Brampton Gardner, and also myself. Shout out to everyone who make it possible that if there can be winners. So there will be 6 prizes, guys. 6 people will be able to walk away with a prize. And the price is the first price is $225. The second price is $100 gift card for like you could buy stuff from, like Tractor Supply. You could buy the gardening product. Yes. Same thing with the another gift card. That's garden product as well. Then we also have another prize where shout out to G Mama for this for a garden tools, a set of garden tools. We also shout out to Jim Mama for that. We also want to thank Brampton for donating. I think it's a mug. Yes, a mug for this challenge. So there will actually be people winning. All right. So as we know, the first winner is who gonna walk away with the cash. And for the new people who don't know about it, this is our second year, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, and I hope you all enjoying it too. I I know you all learn a lot. I know the challenge is not easy because I know dealing with seedlings, not outdoor, indoors. Then you got to bring them from indoors and bring them outdoors, dealing with a different temperature. Now you're dealing with heat. You had also create heat for them inside. Now you bring them out to deal with the direct heat. So I know that challenge. So you guys did great. And Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're gonna have this finale, this celebration. And yes, someone will be getting their channel run. Not the channel. Well, the channel gonna get highlighted, yes. And their whole journey gonna be displayed as well. So meaning we're going to be showing from when you set the seed, your second upload, your third upload, your fourth upload, all the upload. Yes. All right, God desire for me. Thank you for coming through. We appreciate you. All right. Okay. Thank you. You have a blessed night. Hope you get that read. All right. Yes. So yes, guys, it's a beautiful season. We're just dealing with the heat right now. Once I get a good shower of rain, I'll be fine. A good shower, not too heavy, not too heavy. Just a dewing down lightly for a couple hours because you see, when the earth dry like this and when you're dealing with heat, what does happen is when the rain fall down, everything drop and it just running off. It not soaking the earth. And right now, I want the earth to soak. Not just the water drop down and run off. I need the earth to soak. So when the earth soak, the water goes down and soak the root. Because that is what we want to get wet, the root of the plant. We want the root of the plant to get wet. All right? Yes. Is anyone feel like coming up? If anyone feel like coming up, let me know. The link is in the chat. You can come up. Let me know, guys. Is anyone wanna come up? If you wanna come up, can come up and we can talk about the challenge, or we can talk about the heat that goes on right now and how it affecting you, or is it affecting you at all? I don't know. Hold on, let me see. Okay, yes, guys, this garden season was I'm used to I'm used to hot weather because basically every year I deal with the hot weather. Barely any rain. Like last year, I could have count how much time we get rain last year. We get rain last year maybe 3 times in the summer. Right? We had maybe 3 times. But my garden still strive wonderful. The difference is this year is dealing with 100 degrees, 90 something degrees for like 3 weeks. You see? Like 3 weeks. That is the difference. So this year, what I like with this year, what I like with this year, I've learned so much this year. And guess what? We're not even in the garden. See, we now enter the summer. We still have the whole summer and a part of the fall to gardening. But guess what? I've learned so much in gardening this year. Is on another level now because I'm also realizing that certain plants, especially when we're dealing with squash and stuff, I talked about this the other day. Certain plants only producing a bunch of male flowers and no female. They will push out 20 male and no female for them to pollinate. Then when you do look, you might see another bunch of male come up. Then you might see one female. And if you ain't be careful, that female fall off before it even get pollinated. So you know, got to be ready for the hand pollinating. Hand pollinate. You got to be ready to do that, or you're not gonna get food because the bees them is not around like before. So even it's not just the heat you're dealing with; you're dealing with pollinating as well. Cross pollinating. This is something I've do and see result as well. Cross pollinating, where you're using different plants and pollinate other plants and seeing different result. Listen, it's at another level, man. I'm telling you, it's on another level. That's why don't ever limit yourself to gardening. Don't ever limit yourself. Always have the mindset of I'm gonna learn more or I'm willing to learn more. Never feel like you know enough or you know too much. Never feel that way. Always step in your garden, step around your plant with a mind willing to learn because I guarantee you go in your garden, you learn something. Even the beetles, the beetles. This year, I'm seeing a bunch of beetles. I have a mango tree, and I'm asking myself, is they pollinating this thing or they just eating off the flowers? Because when you see them, when you do look, you see all kind of stuff on the ground. So you're asking yourself, so I'm right now I'm testing them. I want to know, is they pollinating the mango or they eating them up, the flowers? Because the other day when I checked, there was like 10 on one on the tree, and it's a small mango tree have in a container. It have like 10 on a limb, and I'm saying, gee, me, I say if they're doing pollinator, if they're pollinating it is good, but I'm gonna watch because this is how I'm gonna learn. So next season, if I will know if to allow them to stay or I gotta or they gotta go. But the thing is you can't you it's like a gamble. It's like a gamble where you basically trying because you're not seeing the bees, you're not seeing the butterfly that usually pollinate them. So now I got to see what the beetle doing. So I could lose all my flowers, or my flowers them could get pollinated. But this is how you learn. This is how you learn. Hey, Psalms 146, how you doing? Up here in the, I could have stuck the sap out of a lot of plants. They even dried out. Oh wow. The hostess they are eat my Swiss shot and put holes in my, oh wow, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, Psalms 146. Hmm. This is it, man. Sorry to hear that. But yes, guys, we in the heart, man, and is a lot going on. It's like I said, it's not just about the weather, it's also about pollinators that we're not seeing like we used to. Years gone by, you in your garden and bees just buzzing around you like they're trying to sting you. And now you get to a place now where you barely could see any bees, barely could see any butterflies. So now you got to look forward to other things to see if they actually gonna pollinate it or they eating off the flowers there. So it's just a risk, man. But what we gonna do? We have to learn and we gotta eat. So where we learn this year, we could profit from it next year. But gardening is the way it's changing. Why it's changing? Because now you can't depend on things you used to depend on. You you naturally got to go out there. You know the things the bees supposed to be doing and the butterfly. You got to do it now, which is hand pollinating. You got to do it. You have squash, 20 males, one female. And if you ain't pay attention, the female fall off before. And it ain't just squash. I'm seeing that in cantaloupe. I'm even seeing it in cucumber. I'm seeing it in different things, especially the new one them you trying to grow. Because I tried to grow a few squash this year that's new. And they pushing more male and female. So we got to get more active and more busy out there now that we can get our food from our garden. And guys, I noticed some people in the Herb Garden Challenge, I noticed some people um herb stun seed. Well, don't be disappointed. Save them. Don't be disappointed. Just cut off the top and them thing gonna spring back. Save your seeds, them guys. Your seed is important. We cannot continue just taking seed for granted and just throwing them away because in my last life I was mentioning that soon the seed you will be getting you wouldn't be able to grow anything. Because I'm used to growing squash 10 feet long and all the way they produce food all the way till they get up to 10 feet long. No, these squashes only pushing out male. Are you lucky if you get 2, 3 squash from a plant? When so I'm used to going and just picking 10, just grab a bowl and go and just picking squash every couple days. So no, we got to learn more and pay more attention and watch more of what's actually going on in our garden, and we could get we could get great production. If there's no bees, you got to figure out how to pollinate your stuff. We got to figure that out. And this is what I've been saying, man. We got to try save our pollinators. We have to save these pollinators. We're losing them daily. Every year it's getting less and less and less. When I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy to be gardening and these pests eating off your leaf from your plant. I know that's not easy. It's really not. It's really not easy. But man, sometimes we have to just try to use natural stuff that can keep them away. By the time they smell it, they keep away. Instead of trying to get rid of them because Them pollinators is going, man. So yes, guys, how you guys doing tonight? What's going on? Good to have you guys here. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming out. Surely appreciate you all. Is anyone feel like coming up? Is anyone in here from the Hope Garden Challenge want to come up and say something? If you want to come up, you could come up and say something. I will appreciate that. Remember, the winners will have, remember guys, all the winners will have to come up and say something. Don't forget that. Don't forget that, guys. We're taking it to another level, guys. Last year we didn't do that, but this year we definitely will like for the people to come up and just say a few words. We will appreciate that. Hey Tara Thompson, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes. Planta, have you ever heard of no more me or more march for us in the south? Mm, no, I never think I heard about it or the living life. Or maybe I didn't pay attention. More me or no me or no match. No, never heard about it. What is it about? Or maybe I never pay attention to it. No, never think I heard about it or the living life. Give me some insight about it. Maybe I might refresh my memory. Okay, let me see. It was too hot here in Florida. Tara Thompson said it was too hot here in Florida. I only had 3 hours to make it to a learning experience. Thank you for doing the challenge. You're welcome, Tara. You're welcome. And we're going back next year, so we were glad to have you next year again. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, Oja. I get what you're saying. But you see, that's the thing with me too. You know, around my garden, like in the spring, I just allow everything to grow. Why I just allow everything to grow? Because I think I understand why they do that. Because why I allow everything to grow in the spring, like everything just grow up, just allow everything to grow up. Because in the spring, there's a lot of herbs and different plants that grows up in the spring. You know what? Let me put a bright. Okay, hold on, guys. Right? There's a lot of herbs and other things that grows up and even cover crop. And a lot of these things add a lot of yes. A lot of these things add a lot of nutrition to your soil. And like you say, even though even the dandelion, like for instance, the dandelion, yes, like for instance, the dandelion, and there's some other weeds that grows up. The only bees, that's where they does be feeding from. So I know, I think I have an idea what you're talking about. And it make a lot of sense. And it make a lot of sense. It make a lot of sense. That it's a good idea. You should, especially them all the time. But the truth of the matter of fact is, I remember like all your time. I remember like all in the spring in your yard, the dandelion and then those grow up in your yard early. They grow up very early in your yard and some others. And your yard used to full with bees. They used to have bees all over your yard, feeding from them dandelion and these other things. But now it's kind of slow down because when you look in your yard, like in the spring, like in the early spring, right? When you look in your yard, what does happen? The dandelion and the other herbs just be growing before the grass start getting green. All them dandelion and them other herbs does be growing up in the yard and make and that way used to be attracting all the bees them. But in my area, you don't see much of that. And what happened to a lot, what I realized a lot of people doing as well, a lot of people allegedly, let me say allegedly, but a lot of people allegedly, there's some companies that come around and they will tell you, okay, they could spray the garden or do whatever, and all, all the weeds like the dandelion and thing that grows up, they're gonna stop grows up. So only your grass. So and this is how people get them land looking green and pretty without these type of weed growing up inside there. Someone approached me with that already, and I say no. I say no because I don't understand what is that product that destroy the weed but not the grass. I don't know what that is. So all these things, I believe, allegedly, is we're eliminating the pollinators then. But yes, Audrey, get back to you. That's one the best idea. That's one the best idea. So now these pollinators, once they come out in that time, once they could get their food, that's where they come in. Once they could get their food, that's where they come in. So that's a good idea. That's a beautiful idea. That's a beautiful idea. Leave them to go and allow the plants them to come. But yes, a lot of people is putting a lot of stuff to eliminate them weeds from growing up in their yard, and the bees and the butterfly we used to feed from these little weeds in your yard, you're not seeing them no more. So we got to figure out how are we gonna save the pollinators, because it start to get it start to get it might start to get scary that your plants them is producing flowers and can't get pollinated. You want your fruit tree full with flowers, and when you check, you have 3, 4, 5 fruits on the tree, and it was full with flowers. You check what I'm saying, because the pollinators is important. The pollinator. There's a lot of plants that self pollinate, which is awesome. But there's also a lot of plants that don't self pollinate, that they need pollinators to pollinate them. This garden season is a season to learn, pay attention to the weather, pay attention to the plants them that love water, pay attention to the plants them that don't like too much water. Just pay attention, and I guarantee you, next year you're gonna be on another level. Every year you're supposed to improve in what you're growing. When Common Garden, you're supposed to improve in what you're doing because you're supposed to learn something different. And even in the Herb Garden Challenge, I've seen improvement. You see, which is awesome. I'm seeing improvement. People actually improving in the challenge, which is good. And I know it's not about just planting. I also know that you guys have learned a lot. You guys have learned a lot. I guarantee you, the people who in the challenge, I guarantee you, you already thinking about where plants you growing next. Because I know you learn about some type of herbs that you thinking about growing next year. I know that. This is what the challenge about. Educating ourselves and learning how to do things and get better. So the next year you know what to do next. You know how to wet, you know what type of soil to use, all these type of stuff. You know how to take care of your seedlings. You're just getting better. I mean, ain't that something? That's a blessing right there. So guys, don't forget, tell a friend that the Planter Herb Garden Challenge finale gonna be on Sunday, the 30th of March. Of sorry guys, of June. Sunday, the 30th of June, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's come out in our numbers and let's support all the participants, get to know them. But all the participants, if you want to come up on that day and say something, you are welcome to come up. Okay, let me see what Audrey Living Life said. Yes, I did more, and there was so much more. Why? Exactly. Because where I agree with you, Audrey, because wherever the food is, they're gonna come. If there's no food, they're not gonna come. So when if you didn't mow and you allow the them grass to grow up and them weeds to grow up and the dandelion and all these other things, yes, they was actually coming. But if there's none, you're not gonna see them. You're right. You're definitely right. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Yes, guys. So anyone, if on that night you are welcome to come up on the stage and state whatever you, if you want to talk about your challenge, if you want to talk about what you learn. But it's going to be a long night, it's going to be a long evening. So don't forget to have your tea. Don't forget to have your tea. And if you're watching it from your phone, make sure your phone is charged. If you're watching it from your laptop, make sure your laptop is charged. Whatever you want, if you're watching it from your tablet, make sure your tablet is charged because it's going to be a good night to remember and supporting the participants of the challenge. We need that. We will appreciate you all. Come out in your numbers and support them. Speaking of appreciation, I so appreciate your encouragement at Planter to drop more seed. Keep growing and just grow in general. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, LP. Yes, yes, yes. The truth is, I didn't want nobody to turn out as, oh, the seed wasn't germinating, so I had no. So this is why I keep saying, drop more seed. And then there are other people who are supporting as well. Drop more seed. Drop more seed. If your seed not, drop more seed. Yes, yes. I appreciate that, LP. And I also want to say thank you, LP, because I remember, this is your first. I know you grow all the time, but this is your first time you join Yes, sorry for that. And you join, and then I remember when I'm telling you, yes, you could join, you could come in, and you finally join. And the great thing about it, you push through the end. This is real motivation. You know what I'm saying? We also have Audrey living life as well. Audrey living life, where she was in last year, but she also is she's a new gardener as well. That when I say new gardener, that doesn't mean they know their stuff, but like posting videos on YouTube, yes, then but they drawing. And it's good to see the people come in and join and just push, do what they gotta do. It's a challenge, guys. It's a challenge. And by you showing others your challenge, you motivating other people. So now you're making other people okay. If she make it, I can make it too. So it's all about supporting and pushing. Okay. Yes, thank you so much. Your challenge encouraged me to go ahead and start my channel so I could be. Yes, 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 yes. And I glad you did. I glad you did. No, you see, no, you see, and this is what I was trying to tell a lot of people as well. The benefit from this challenge. No, like LP now start her channel, but guess what? She have some amazing content on the channel, because now she have videos where she actually start from seed and show her whole journey. You see what I'm saying? So somebody could now go back and look at that her channel and watch her whole journey into the challenge. And this is what I was talking about. You're creating content for yourself, that valuable content that people could actually sit back and watch and be motivated by you. So this is not just about growing herbs, it's about, it comes with a lot of benefit. It comes with a lot of benefit. I wanted to be a part of this and this community. We are in this together. I love the enthusiasm. So thank you for being a catapult. Right, man. Listen to me. I'm so grateful that you guys join and be a part of it. I don't know. One day you guys might sit back and look back and think about this journey and how much you learn and how much you accomplish from this journey. This is why I always say, don't just take this journey as growing some herbs. Take it with all the benefit it has to offer. Now, when you sit back, no, you could sit back and you could rewatch all your videos. And you could rewatch all your videos. You could sit back with your kids, you could sit back with your grandkids, with your whoever, and just rewatch the journey from starting from seed, from the progress. That's a beautiful idea. And it's beautiful. So I just want to thank all of you, man, everyone who participate, whether you didn't go to the end or not. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank all the people who share the challenge. I want to thank all the people who promote the challenge as well. I want to thank all of you because you guys make it possible. And you guys make it possible for Sunday, the 30th of June, to be a day of a grand finale, part two. Grand finale part two of the Plant a Herb Garden Challenge 2024, where we could have a celebration and we could just enjoy the moment and celebrate with the people who participate, encourage them. Because guess what? We're going again next year. So for the people who did not join last year, this year, just remember we're going again next year and we're gonna start promoting it as soon as we finish Sunday. We're gonna be start promoting it again. So let's do it again. Let's do it for as long as we can. Let's keep doing it. All right. Okay. Okay. Let me see your LPC. LPC and our growth journey do not end here. The relationship we forge will continue. We can still share our plans and say hi. Remember this from the chat. Yes. You know what? That is so amazing. And this is what keep things together. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't end here. I agree with you, LP. I agree with you. From the challenge we hear what happened to it. Right, right, right. I agree with you, LP. I agree with you. Yes, keep the momentum going because there's a new one coming up for the 2025. Like you're saying, we all have these influences of how they grow from seed, and we can ask each other how they. I agree, definitely, because everybody, everybody learn something today, and if we all didn't grow the same type of form, we go different type of form. So, question should be asked, and you know what I'm saying, and answer. This is how it should be. Because it's a journey to remember. I'm in for next year, God's willing. All right, all right. So we are one already. Anyone? Listen, me guys. I prefer. Let me tell you, the truth is, I prefer that because we just be promoting this thing for months, and We keep saying, if you want to join, press one, let us know. Because there's a reason for that. We want to know how much people gonna be participating, so we have an idea of how we're doing things. But some people don't say anything, and then at the fun, when the day come, then we're seeing everyone is welcome. Remember, you are welcome to join, but we prefer to know how much people and who is in the challenge. So this season, please, if you want to join, let us know. Let us know so we have an idea of who gonna be in the challenge, and we know how much people. This is important. Like I keep saying, let's keep it fun. Let's keep it excited. Educate yourself. It's so much to learn. It's so much to learn. It's so much to gain. Educate yourself about this. You might be surprised. You might be surprised. You growing herbs, you in this challenge, and you might have a situation going on, and somebody might be growing a herb that you might need, right? And the person might be growing the herb, and then the person might talk about the benefit. No, you could take it from there, and you could say, no one, let me get the name of this herb, and let me do some research on this herb. This might be a herb can help you. Sometimes you have information in your body, and we all know information in our body is not what we want. You understand? But there's things out there that can help reduce that. The information, yet stuff could reduce that. You see what I'm saying? So someone might be growing a herb, and that's the benefit of it. Okay, this help reduce inflammation out of your system. Just like that. What you do now, you do your own research, and just like that, you're able to, but always speak to a doctor before proceeding, all right? Always speak to a doctor. But there's a lot of stuff out there that can reduce information out of our system. And reducing information out of our system, out of our stomach and these areas could help eliminate a lot of different things. Just look at it. Just look at it, right? Let's just look at it. Say you have a cut, right? And you did not take care of the cut. Just think about it for a moment, right? You get a cut. You did not take care of the cut, and the cut get infested, meaning you know what I'm talking about. No information, infested, loaded with information. You see what's going on there? No, the information gonna make it swell and make it start hurting. You see? The information that's formed inside there gonna make it swell, and maybe it might even start hurting you, and it might even wanna well. So so you understand what I'm saying? So by having a situation like that, there's things out there that could help reduce the information in our system. So it's about educating ourselves, guys. It's about educating ourselves. Let me see, hold on. Let me see what help you see. It's wild how many different benefits these herbs could offer. And there's so many. Exactly. I need to study my notes. Get that book like Buji. Exactly. Yes, yes. Yes, that's the thing, man. Listen me, that's the thing. That's the thing. You got to educate yourself. If you got to take notes, you got to take notes. If you got to take notes, you got to take notes. Just do what you can, but just let it be something that you learn from. Just let it be something that you say, wow. Because many times, the truth is, many times there's simple thing going on with you and you don't even know. And then sometimes that simple thing turn into something different. That if you did pay attention and was he might have get rid of it before it get to that stage. So it's all about learning and doing your own research. I'm not sending you out there telling you to just go out there and just use herb left, right, and center. That's not what I'm doing. This is why I'm always saying do your research, and you also could speak to a doctor as well before proceeding, because the thing about it with herb, we all, our body is different, and what we have going on with our body is different. Okay, you might have a situation going on in your body, somebody else have a situation going on in their body. So the type of herbs that they use it mightn't be the herbs that you need. So these are things you got to pay attention to. I believe in cleaning out your system. I believe in that, cleaning out your system. There's herbs that clean your system out. I remember like the aloe plant help clean out your system. I remember, as a growing up little boy, you always have an aloe plant in your yard, and your grandmother always, every they all she gets you aloe and she scrape it in the spoon and she give you to drink, and you have to make sure you swallow that. You got to open your mouth. You got to show your tongue to make sure you swallow that. But these things is we used to help purify our body, make our body strong, make us more healthy. And this time, people wasn't getting sick. You understand? People hardly was getting sick in them time. Then you have bitter bush. You have some bitter bush that people also use for cleaning the system. There's a bark. There's a bark named Marby bark. Marby bark. A lot of people use it, but what they do, they use it and make juice. So when they make juice with it, it basically they add sugar and they add flavor. So now it tastes really good, but it kind of defeating the purpose. If you boil it without adding the sugar, God, it's bitter. It's really, really bitter. And these are things people used to use to clean out their system. So cleaning out your system is important. Try and forget information out your system is important. This thing is very important. So Educating yourself with these herbs should be something anyone want to do. So grabbing your book and write down notes, you should be happy to do that. And this is why I keep saying, this is why I keep saying, let it be something to educate you. Ed- Let the challenge be something that you learn from. You educate yourself. Watch other people, watch the herbs they grow. Check the names of the herbs. Do your research. If you want, if you like you feel like you want to clean out your system, you do some research on a herb. And then maybe you could grow the same herb. And then you boy, you do what you gotta do. But it's all about learning. It's all about learning. And if you got to take notes, you take notes. It's all about learning. Yes, guys, so don't forget, man. Don't forget. Sunday, March the 30th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will be the Planter Home Garden Challenge finale when everyone, not everyone, but when there's 6 people will stand a chance of winning a prize. And there will be someone, their whole challenge will be displayed on that night. So we're going to be watching from the first video they set when they sow the seed, and then we're going to watch all the update, the upload. And then it's going to be an open panel. So if anyone want to come up and mention the journey, that's fine. But remember, all the winners will have to come up and say something. Whether you wanna, you ain't. I'm not saying you got to show your face. I'm not saying you got to do that. You got to do that, but you could come up and say something. All right. We wanna make sure that everyone have a good night, and we wanna thank you guys for participating. So, and get yourself ready for the next season. We're gonna start to promote that from next week. We're gonna start to promote that. Goes right back to the force. So it's gonna match the force again. Same thing. 10 different horse. Same thing. The prices will be mentioned in the future. Yes, it will be an exciting night. Yes, yes, yes. It will be an exciting night. I want to have fun. So make sure, guys, get your tea, get your cup of tea ready to sit down and whatever you're drinking, because it's gonna be a couple hours. I know that for sure. It's not gonna be an hour. It's gonna be a couple hours. We're gonna be going for that night. So yes, guys, I wanna say thank you all again for coming out. Truly appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all for all the support. If there's anyone new in the challenge, you can join, and you want to join us next year for the Herb Garden Challenge, please let us know so we can make it happen. All right, and we're gonna talk about donation again next year for next year. So anyone want to donate to the people for the winners, we you are welcome to do so. But I want to say thank you, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys have a blessed and wonderful night. See you guys Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's make it happen, guys. All right, good night. All right, LP, you welcome. Good night. Thank you so much. All right, Mike. Good night. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Buji Pepper. Thank you, LP. Thanks everybody who come to tonight. We appreciate each and every one. So you guys have a blessed and wonderful night. All right.